Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Mikhail Peters. Oh my god, yeah, this angle is terrible. Welcome to my channel, Cozy Edition, because I'm on my couch with a blanket, and this is on my lap, so it's gonna be, like, moving. I just felt like making a video because debugging my code is going pretty badly, and it's sort of like, the deeper and deeper I go into what I'm doing, the more I realize there are a lot of problems. Kind of reminds me of American construction projects, particularly where I live now. It looked fine until I started living here, and then I realized everything was janky, and a lot of stuff has been getting fixed. I really appreciate Finnish construction, because this is not really the thing. They get it done once, and they get it done right, which is crazy, because they're constantly doing construction. I don't even know how they do such good construction, and it, like, would last long if they didn't redo construction all the time. Alright, so today's video was going to be about loneliness and stuff, because I casually listen to these things from Mindspring Health that my grandmother sent me a long time ago. They have these webinars. Maybe I should link it here if anybody actually cares. And they're interesting, and they're on different mental health topics, which is, like, you know, my autistic special interest. And the one yesterday was talking about loneliness and all the things that cause loneliness, aside from, like, the obvious ones, like a divorce or, like, a breakup or somebody dying. You know, that makes a lot of sense. But things like job transitions, moving to a new place, any sort, like a loss of a certain life circumstance, like, I don't know, graduating college or something like that. And, you know, it's kind of very ironic, because I remember when I went to Finland, I actually struggled a lot with loneliness, and maybe this is something that I try really hard to help other people with when I'm there, because I know how challenging it is as an international person when you end up in Finland. Oh yeah, this is time to remember that if you are an international person coming to Finland, my link for SwissCare is in the bio, so you can get a discount, I think, of like 10% or something. Let me check that. For if you need to do health insurance for you or your family coming to Finland. Anyway, they're my only paid partnership because I'm lazy. Yeah, that would be something I should do. Maybe I just need to get out of the house more. It's probably what's going on. This is very COVID-esque. Yeah, so anyway, you know, in Finland, this is a general problem that people go through where, you know, they're international, they come to Finland, they're like, I have no friends, and then they gotta, like, get friends and all this stuff. And I really struggle with that, because I came to Finland, like, in the middle of COVID still, and I do remember that was the first time I ever, like, experienced pain from being lonely. It's a very weird feeling. At this point, I don't really feel quite that strongly about it, but maybe I feel, like, a slight, like, gnawing of my soul. No, but, you know, I just feel very, like, I gotta figure out stuff to do. I think part of it is, you know, like, with working remotely, I've spent so much time working remotely, not being at home. You know, even, like, before I moved and stuff, I would, like, you know, go to Colorado for 3 weeks, or, like, go to Maryland for 2 weeks, or just, like, yeah, I would just work from anywhere, and I'd just be moving around. It's a little bit harder with a baby, so don't get me wrong, I still do it, just not at the same frequency, which is fine. But, you know, I think a lot of those, let's call them side quests, were in an effort to feel less alone. So now at this point, maybe because I live alone, it's just there are different needs that need to be met in terms of socialization. And unfortunately, human connection is not really a choice, it's an imperative. I'm not really sure, though. Tell that to all my subscribers who seem to think that watching my YouTube channel is a form of social connection. I'm glad people feel that way, and I'm glad this channel actually helps you. Couldn't be me, which is why I'm the creator and not the subscriber. Okay, so I don't know, but it was just really interesting, because one of the other things it talked about is the whole, like, hoarding thing, and how, you know, you hoard to kind of, like, fill the emotional void. And I was like, that's definitely my problem. Like, I'm gonna be honest. We're not even gonna... Should I show the rest of my room? I had all this crap I had to take out of the closet, and it's like, you know, I have a whole house filled with stuff, and I'm just one person, and it's like, how is this possible? Because I, like, save a lot of stuff, because I'm very sentimental. It's, like, stuff I can't get rid of. Like, This pillowcase, I'm pretty sure, came from Uzbekistan in when did I go there? 2019? Yeah, COVID. It was COVID. Stuff from Kyrgyzstan, stuff my mom gave me. I don't know, my book obsession. All right, whatever. So, yeah, it's an interesting problem to have, feeling lonely, but there's a difference between feeling lonely and being alone, and, you know, or solitude. Solitude is when you're choosing to be alone so you can get stuff done, yes. Like when you're working during the day, yes. Whereas, oh God, I have a meeting in an hour, and I did not finish this thing. I don't know. I have a really hard problem right now that I can't figure out, and it's really just stressing me out a lot, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I really felt like this video was going to go better than it is, and I also just feel like this is a disgusting angle of me, which is like, I'm not loving that. It's like the 5 chin angle. That's because it's like below me, I guess, or something like that. Yeah, but you know, yes. So generally when you're like in communities and stuff, so like I was going to community college, haha, no pun intended, or like, you know, people are telling me to join a running club. This all gets harder though, like I guess I'm trying to figure out a way to get like social interaction without it being like emotionally exhaustive. And I'm going to be honest, I did not figure that out yet. And I don't know if it's just because I've spent so much time out of America at this point. Sometimes I don't even know if I actually know how to interact with Americans. Like, I'm sorry, that sounds like actually whack because I am American and I grew up in America. But like, I think there are just certain things that like inherently feel very just like distressing to me about American culture. Part of it is probably like, you know, Americans are competitive, so it's like it kind of always like secretly feels like people are like comparing themselves against you. Sometimes not so secret, but like I'd say that does happen. And I think I just feel like judged more by other Americans. Like in Finland, it's like, you know, I'm like a wild card. They can't judge me. I'm like out of the system. Yeah. I'm like, I get a level of respect for being there, but at the same time, I don't even speak Finnish, so I don't even like know why. It's kind of confusing. Um, but yeah, so I was thinking about trying to do like a LinkedIn, like a Zoom call thingy to try to like unite my subscribers, whatever. This is not Twitter, which doesn't even exist anymore. Speaking of which, I got locked out of my Twitter account because the email that was linked to it, I hadn't logged in so many years that they like deleted it. So I'm like, cool, now I don't have a Twitter access anymore. And it's private. Oh, that sucks. That's like the best archive of my life. I've had it for also 15 years, like a lot of things at this point. Whatever. So, yeah, you just gotta get out there and meet people. I mean, the internet, you can like meet people on the internet and then go meet people in real life. I've been trying to do this more. It's pretty slow moving. Because here's the thing I always say is like when you're meeting a new person, like it's like a wild card. I remember this especially when I was pregnant. I'm not gonna lie. Like if people wanted to meet with me and I didn't know them, and I was like, yikes. I was like, I don't know if this interaction is going to be good. I don't know if this interaction is going to be bad. And if I don't have like a substantial amount of energy, which I really did not at that point, then it's like, it's not going to work for me. The good thing is now that the baby is outside of me, I have way more energy. But at the same time, I'm also feeling a lot better about my house finally being more like where I want it. That was really a long task. And I had this dream of like hosting people and having parties. Maybe I'll start doing that and, you know, playing cards and stuff, and it will like remind me of Finland, and then it will make me feel better. This could be another thing that could happen. So, yeah, the point is with, you know, feeling like you need to interact with people more. Unfortunately, a lot of times you need to take steps to mitigate that. Nobody is going to come and try to like be friends with you unless you be a friend first. So, you know, this is kind of what I'm trying to focus on, because the discomfort of living alone and being isolated is becoming so unbearable that I'm like, all right, I got to do something. So I made social plans, as one does. And I have some crap going on at work I have to figure out, but that has nothing to do with my channel. But yeah, I just felt like making a video to rant about this very interesting concept of loneliness, because I never knew that being in Finland and experiencing this would prepare me so well for working full time and being a #single parent. But it actually did. So thank you, Finland, for in so many ways, you know, low-key traumatizing me, but also forming me and shaping me into the person I am today, which would not be the same person had I not gone through both the good, bad, and quite frankly wonderful things I went through living there. Yeah, I had this weird like thought experiment this morning about like if I randomly got a bunch of money, what would I do with it? That has nothing to do with anything. It was just something I was thinking about. It's a weird question, but maybe that could be the topic of another video. That's such a dumb topic. I don't know, whatever. This is just me ranting because I'm trying to take a break, and I guess I feel like making these stupid videos, because the thing is, I know people watch them. Again, I have no idea why people watch them. This is like beyond my comprehension 99.9% of the time. But maybe just talking into the void and knowing that people care enough to respond occasionally with comments, it actually maybe in some weird way makes me feel less alone in this world, you know? And it's cool. Yeah. It's weird that the internet can make you feel paradoxically both very connected and very disconnected with people. So that was also kind of why I took a break from the channel for like a month. I was literally just focusing on like interacting with people in real life, and maybe at some point I'll need to do that again, but for now this is like back to my part of my routine, my nice boring routine I hate. And yeah, I mean, thanks to all the supporters who listened to me rambling about literal nonsense. And yeah, I think, like I said, talking into the void just kind of like supports me in terms of me being able to have creative expression. Maybe that's what this feels like to me. I don't write, I just talk at a screen, and for some reason that's interesting. Yeah. Alright, well that's gonna be everything, and I gotta go pray that this code will debug itself. Until next time, bye.